There are many parks around the world I would love to visit, and as much as I would love to visit them, Kings Island is the only amusement park I've been to, as long as you don't count the Disney World parks. So, me and my dad next year are going to go on a coaster trip that summer in 2021, but due to obvious events in 2020, we couldn't do that for this year. We're going to go to 4 different parks, and today I'm going to show you the first 2 and the other 2 in a part 2 of the series coming up in a few weeks. Here are the 2 parks and my analysis of these parks we're going to in 2021. Our first park up is one that you guys may have heard of before. It's Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. This park is much smaller than Kings Island, home to only 5 roller coasters. However, their water park, Splash and Safari, is acclaimed to be one of the best water parks in America. Holiday World's 5 coasters consist of their kiddie coaster, 2 CCI wooden coasters, 1 Gravity Group wooden coaster, and a B&M wing coaster. Let's get into them. But talking about the park experience, I've just heard that this park is just great with theming experience. They have many lands such as Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and Christmas, all themed to different holidays. This sounds really cool, and of course, what we can't wait for is the free drinks. This park also offers free drinks. So if you're going to come in here, get some free drinks. My most anticipated roller coaster at this park is definitely the Voyage, their Gravity Group wooden coaster. They opened in 2006. This coaster is incredibly long. It has over 6,000 feet of track and just one of the top 10 longest roller coasters in the world. This coaster just flies through the woods in its terrain setting. And as much as I love the Beast, it slows so much down, while this coaster just flies through the woods. This coaster looks incredible, and I have to admit, is one of, if not, the most anticipated coaster on my coaster trip. This coaster seriously looks incredible. Watch a POV on YouTube. This thing looks insane, and I don't understand how it just mounts all these hills with just some breathtaking speed. This coaster looks incredible. This airtime seems insane on this thing. Like, I can't wait for this ride. As well as Thunderbird, the park's B&M wing coaster that opened in 2015. Looks like it's a great ride. Has some insane inversions, twists and turns, and a great drop. It's actually the only launched wing coaster as well. B&M wing coaster for that instance. This coaster looks like it's a really great and unique ride. I'm also excited for the Legend, one of their CCI wooden roller coasters, and of course their other CCI wooden roller coaster, the Raven, which my dad has actually ridden before. The other park we are going to in 2021 is located in Louisville, Kentucky, none other than Kentucky Kingdom. This park has an interesting history. It's much less probably known than Holiday World. You may have heard it before. But this park used to be called Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. It was owned by Six Flags. However, up until 2009, when they went bankrupt and Six Flags needed to drop some of their smaller parks, such as Kentucky Kingdom, so they dropped, and this park was left abandoned for many different years. A few of the roller coasters were relocated. In 2014, a man named Ed Hart revamped the park and reopened it, and is now independent by themselves. And people say now that it's actually better than when Six Flags actually owned it, which is why I'm really excited to visit this park. My most anticipated coaster here is called Storm Chaser, an RMC hybrid coaster that opened in 2016. Look at that insane drop right there. This coaster is very unique for its barrel roll drop. It is an RMC hybrid conversion of the Twisted Twins wooden roller coaster. It was a dueling coaster. They demolished one side, but RMC the other. An RMC hybrid is a coaster with steel track but wooden supports. However, they removed a lot of the wooden supports just because the wooden supports were kind of weak for holding up the steel track, so they put in a lot of the new steel supports. It looks like it's an awesome ride. However, kind of disappointing near the end. It seems to lose a lot of steam, and recently the paint job has not been so good. It's having a lot of gray spots. So I hope Kentucky Kingdom can fix it up with that. But besides that, this coaster looks like it's an awesome ride. Let's look at some other coasters in the park that I'm excited for. Lightning Run is the park's Chance Rides Hyper GTX coaster. This coaster, while it is the scale of a small family coaster, it seems like this coaster brings some insane airtime and intensity, more than an average family coaster would, which is why I'm very excited for this coaster. Another coaster I'm very excited for is Thunder Run, the park's Din Wooden roller coaster. While this coaster is said to be incredibly rough, it's now been retracked recently and is way better than people said before it was, which is a good thing. And of course, our next coaster is the Kentucky Flyer. That's the park's Gravity Group wooden family coaster that just opened last year. This coaster looks like an incredibly fun little ride, even though I'm not as excited for it as some of the other coasters that I'm going to ride next year. This coaster still looks like a great family coaster for all. T3 is the park's Vekoma suspended looping coaster, and suspended looping coasters, SLCs for short, are going to be insane headbangers where your head clashes with the restraint. They replaced the restraints on this one a few years ago. However, it now makes it for your thighs to be crushed, so your legs feel numb on the brakes. Not a coaster I would exactly want to ride, but I mean, new credits for riding it. I personally have to say I think I'm going to enjoy Holiday World a little bit more than Kentucky Kingdom, mainly because Holiday World has a lot of theming and different themed lands, while Kentucky Kingdom doesn't have a lot of that. I'm still excited for both parks, mainly equally, though Holiday World just a slight edge because of that. Don't get me wrong, Kentucky Kingdom looks like an excellent park. I'm so excited to visit these parks. I'm so excited for my summer coaster trip in 2021. In a few weeks, I will be posting my part 2 of the series on what other parks I may be visiting for my next coaster trip. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry it's late I posted this video. And I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I will see you guys next time on The Coaster King. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ride.